Okay, in number 8, it says the histogram below represents the heights of 31 black cherry trees. Based on the histogram, which class contains the 70th percentile? Remember, percentile means below. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out what our total frequency is. Because what we're going to have to end up doing here is take our cumulative frequencies to find the percentiles. So 3 plus 3 plus 8 plus 10 plus 5 plus 2, we get that our total frequency is 31. Just confirming that I have the appropriate heights because I know that I have 31 black cherry trees. Now percentile, let's guess. I'm thinking the 70th percentile is somewhere in class 5 or 4. So starting at class 5, we're going to take our cumulative frequency, which would be 5 plus 10 plus 8 plus 3 plus 3, which is 29. 29 divided by 31 gives me about 94%. So from this point and below is about 94% of the data. So now here I'm going to do the cumulative frequency from here on and divide. So it would be 24 divided by 31, and we get 77%. So right now I'm thinking that the 70th percentile is in here, but I'm going to confirm with this last one. This would be 8 plus 3 plus 3, so 14 divided by 31 gives us 0.45. So this means 45% to 77 percentile is in this 4th class. So which class contains it? We can say the 70th percentile is somewhere between 75 to 80, or you can say the 4th class. So the first quartile is the 25th percentile. So I'm going to check this one here. This would be 6 divided by 31, and I get 19%. So from 70 to 75 is 19% to 45%, because this class here ends at the 19th percentile, this class here ends at the 45th percentile. 25 is between 19 and 45. So the third interval, or 70 to 75, contains the first quartile. Okay, our next one. It says that the distribution of the weights of females between the ages of 20 to 29 is roughly bell-shaped. That means we can draw a curve. The average is 150 pounds. Remember, the average goes in the middle. Approximately 90% of the weights is between 125 and 175. Because 125 and 175 are both 20 away from 150, we know that this is the middle 90%. Approximately, what standard deviation of the weight to the nearest pound? So standard deviation is going to come from this formula. I have 2 options for x. We'll get to that in a minute. But I know my mean is 150. I'm looking for the standard deviation. To find our z-score, the whole curve is 100%. Take away the middle 90. We're left with 10%. We divide it in half between the 2 tails. There's 5% within our 2 tails. Now to find the z-score, we do the inverse norm of 0.05. Remember, the inverse norm in your calculator is located by hitting second in distributions. We go to option 3, inverse norm. We enter in the area at the left of the curve. We get negative 1.64. Remember, our z-scores, we round to 2 decimal places. The curve is symmetrical, so I know that this one is also 1.64. Most people prefer to work with the positive numbers. So we would choose this is our z-score and this is our x, or we can enter in negative 1.64 for our z-score and 125 for our x. Either way, we're going to get the same solution for our standard deviation. So we multiply both sides by sigma, and 175 minus 150 is 25. Then we divide 25 divided by 1.64, and we get that our standard deviation is 15.2439024. It says to the nearest pound, so it's approximately 15 pounds. 10. State if the following are independent or dependent. Remember, independent, a key that you're going to see is with replacement. Dependent, some keywords would be without replacement or something that has a very clear cause-effect relationship. So the outcome of drawing 2 kings from a standard deck with replacement, this would be independent. The second card is not reliant on the first card that you pick. The outcome, part B, the outcome of drawing 2 kings from a standard deck without replacement. Without replacement is dependent. Your cards start with a probability of 1 out of 52. If the first card then is not replaced, the probability of drawing the second card now becomes 1 out of 51. C, the outcome of rolling 2 4s. Well, you have to pick up the die. You have to pick up all 6 numbers. Therefore, it remains 1 out of 6 for both rolls. Oops. So that would be independent. D, the outcome of flipping 2 coins. Both have 2 possible outcomes. The first toss is not reliant on the second toss. Independent. The outcome of kicking 10 field goals, given that an athlete always performs consistently. This would be independent.